Hello! In this video we're going to have a very nice look at how to basically add the file server resource manager, okay, that comes within Windows Server 2012, also 2016. And we're basically going to see how to then set up file quotas, ensure file screening, and then automate a number of file tasks, and also look at how the warnings can be issued and notifications, etc. Okay. All right, so we start with Server Manager, which is very easy. Okay, click over there, click Server Manager, that opens up this. And then we're adding a role and feature, click Next. Okay, and then that's fine. And there we go, File and Storage Services. This one, right over here, File Server Resource Manager. Okay, add the additional features that are required. Click Next, click Next. Okay, in this case, restart the destination server automatically if required. It's just a good, shall we say, basic principle to do this. However, if your server is running mission critical systems that cannot be stopped right now, don't click that. Click install. Once that gets installed, we now need to basically manage our file server. Okay, let's, shall we say, start with quotas. Okay, so let's go to Tools, File Server Resource Manager. Okay, that brings us to this, and then basically Quota Management. Okay, and if you click on that, you can create a quota. Okay, quota path, for example, we had a new folder created, PC, desktop, new folder, for example. You could have a network share, anything, this is just an example, okay, a simple folder we created over here. Okay, create quota on path. You can basically create the limit, okay, from a template, okay, or set it individually. Okay, let's go to custom properties. Okay, this is where you can choose how many megabytes, kilobytes, gigabytes, terabytes, etc. you want to have the quota for. Give a description for it. Okay, let's say documents. Okay, hard quotas basically once the limit is reached, the user can't go past it. Soft quota, it just gives warnings. Okay, and then actions can be taken based on that. Okay, let's do a hard quota. Okay, and that's fine. If you want to disable a quota, you just click over there. That's done. Auto apply template. No, that's fine. Create. Okay. Save the custom properties as a template. Template name. Basic quota. Okay, that's fine. Click OK. Create. And now we have this setup. So basically, if anything went into the file that's more than 100 megabytes, okay, let's actually try and simulate this. Okay, let's edit quota properties. Let's make it something simple. Okay, let's create 1 megabyte. Okay, so I'll go find a file that's 1 megabyte. Okay. We'll happily just pick one up from the Windows directory. Okay. Alright. Okay, there we go. That in itself is 4 megs. Let's try and paste it into our new folder. There we go. And we've got the error on that, which says, sorry, not enough space. Okay, even though we have enough space in here, because of the quota, it's been restricted. Okay, let's just show you what the soft quota would have looked like. Okay. Okay, so as we can see, that went through. Basically, what we need to do is to ensure that we're actually notified of such that users are exceeding their quotas or whatever. Okay, we need to basically edit quota properties, set in notification threshold. Okay, you can either have an email message gets sent, or basically the event log gets the message. Okay, all right. You can actually run a command or a script if you have something that you might want to run. For example, basically, if you're getting close to quota limits, run a script that deletes files. You know, a PowerShell script, a command prompt script. That's fine. Or just basically generate a report. That's fine. Okay, an email message might be nice. Okay, send an email to the admin email, type it in there. Okay. Also send an email to the user who exceeds the threshold. Okay. And you can change the body of the email. Okay. So that is what would happen in the event of a soft quota being broken. Hard quotas, you could also add the same events to be generated. Right. So let's look at the next topic that we're going to look at. File screening, which is actually quite a good system to use. Let's have a look at that now. Okay, so let's have a look at file screen. Okay, file screens, there we go. All right, create a file screen. And we could use, for example, the same thing that we had before. That's in desktop, new folder. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, block audio and video files. Okay, you could use existing templates or, for example, image files. Okay, if you're trying to stop, shall we say, videos, MP3s, all of them that take up a lot of resources and space, for example, you might want to block them being added. That also has copyright issues that you might want to think about. If you want to kind of like really kind of like eliminate all sorts of kind of things based on custom properties, okay, let's go there. Okay, so active screening do not allow users to save unauthorized files. It's a little bit like our hard and soft quotas. Okay, passive screening allow users to save files. However, it's monitored, kind of like a report might be generated, etc. Okay, create a new group. Okay, file group, for example, star dot, as it says over here, just in the example, okay? If you don't want people to, shall we say, save zip files, or they had .exe files, you know, for example, .star.exe. So any file name that has an exe extension will not be allowed to be saved to that folder that we set up, okay? Now, at the same time, okay, don't forget, this does not prevent users from changing the extension of their exe file, okay, and just saving it as a different extension, and it still gets saved to that new folder location. However, what this does is if it has an exe, it won't allow it to be saved over there. Okay, but the users can bypass it, but they won't be able to kind of like change the name to an exe and have an exe on that one. Okay, that is executables. Okay, give it a name. All right, and then star.exe goes over there. Okay, my mistake. All right, there we go. All right, and now we have executables. Okay, which we created. So then we also have the same settings like before, send an email, okay, to the admin email. Also the body of the message, event log could be generated, okay, oops, all right, because we don't have the SMTP service running, so that's that, okay. Event log, okay, basically send it to the event log. Command prompt, okay, run a command or script as mentioned before. Just one little thing to be aware of. If you have anything running, okay, commands, scripts, etc., if you run it as the local system, it can be quite dangerous, okay, because that's like giving full permission to that script to be run. So for example, if someone went in and modified that script, okay, and then it was run with the highest privileges, it could be a security issue. So just be careful with that. Again, reports you have as well. Okay, let's just get rid of that. Okay, so that's how you do that, and then create. You could create as a custom template, okay, or just save the file screen without creating a template. Okay, there we go. So we have that. All right, now we have explorer.exe. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's try and paste him back. There we go, and it's blocked it. Okay, it's not going to happen because it's an exe file. Okay, so that's how we can do file screening. Let's have a look at the next option, which is how to automate certain file tasks. Okay, now let's look at how to create a file management task, okay, where you can basically set up any complex scenario based on, shall we say, how long a file has been in a folder, or based on, shall we say, just file extensions or whatever. Okay, it's up to you, and you can combine PowerShell scripts. You can also combine command batch files. Okay, so what you need to do is go into File Management Tasks and create a file management task by clicking on that, and it'll open up a window. Okay, that looks a little bit like this. Okay, however, we have created one already just to save some time. And in there, you would type the name of the task name that you want to give it. Okay, the scope, which folders is it applied to? We have given it the new folder on our desktop. Okay, just as an example. Okay, we've then brought in the executable, which is the command prompt. Okay, command.exe, and given the arguments in speech marks, delete star.star. You could change it to star.exe, star.mp3. Okay, and we've given it the quiet, command, etc. Okay, now run it as local system, run it as local service. Okay, make sure if you're running it as local system, it is actually completely locked down that file that's going to be running. Okay, it's just an example over here, so we're just doing it a lot. Okay, you could have set up conditions. Okay, for example, if the file has been 10 days old or 3 years old or whatever, then do the action. Okay, modified, last access, those kind of systems. Set up a schedule. Okay, we had set up a schedule for it to operate at 12:11:50. Okay, either weekly or monthly. Choose the day that you want to run, the time, etc. Or run continuous. Basically, this is a continuous task then. So basically, if anybody uploads an MP3 file, it'll detect an MP3 file and delete it, that kind of thing. Okay, so click OK. All right. And one thing we have noticed from this is because it goes into the task queue, okay, it doesn't often happen effective immediate, okay? So you might think we had set it up for 12:11, okay, and it would happen straight at that time. Okay, it's queued, and it will take place sometime when the task scheduler gives it a chance to run, okay, because there's a lot of things running in the background as well. Okay, however, it's there. Generally, you go away, come back, maybe 5-10 minutes later, it's run. Okay, with a bit of luck, you might have them running at the same time, depending on how busy your system is. Okay, so that will run when it's being processed. And then you'll find that whatever was in our folder over here, we had just created a sample new text document.txt. It'll be deleted at some time. And that's generally how to use the file server resource manager. Okay, quota management, file screening. Okay, you could have reports as well, and the file management tasks. And we've shown you how to use it by having reports generated when a task is run, how to notify people when other quotas being reached or broken, etc. So hopefully this helped. Thank you for watching.